Good morning, ladies. How are you ladies doing on this Thursday morning? It's a little dreary out there, but the robins are loving it. I thought I would bring us a little bit of pretty today by creating some wild rose flowers, lift our spirits a little bit. I'm hoping that you guys are all staying very healthy and safe, and that you're getting all your creative juices flowing and creating all of these projects that you've put off, that you've started and not completed, using some of your, overloved stock that you guys have. I would love to see some of your projects if you guys want to share and post on our Facebook page. Let's see what you guys are doing. I know it's been a tough time, but we're going to have a lot of photos that we're going to be able to create albums with. We are fortunate enough that Photo Play is showing a new collection that is called Living in Quarantine, or Living the Quarantined Life. I have it all coming. I am doing a pre-order on that. So if you don't have your name down, please order it. It's going to be amazing. I did post it last week, but I can refresh that. I'm going to see if I can see any of your comments. I'm sorry my phone is ringing. It was supposed to be shut off. Bear with me. So we're going to continue on anyway. These things happen when you have a retail store and you don't have control on this stuff. So what we're going to do is get going. I have some petals already die cut. So these ones have been shaped. This one has not. So we're going to go through the process of creating these. This box is the box die, the Treasured Heart gift box from Heartfelt Creations. This is the box that if you use this die, this is the actual box that it's going to make, okay? So it is a 6-sided hexagon, okay? So what we're gonna do is, I've decided for our crop in May, I'm just checking everyone's names here. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Kathy, Denise, Susan, Cindy, good morning, Suzanne. So what I did for our crop, I want to gift each of these to the ladies that are attending the crop. So this was a lot because we have like 100 people coming. So I wanted to make the box just as pretty. So I decided, instead of doing an octagon with 6 sides, I decided to do 4. So all I did was I die cut 4 of these sides, okay? Now, when you die cut them, there's going to be a scored line, and you just literally score them with your bone folder, okay? You do 2 of them at a time. Take your 1 flap, and you're just going to line it up to the box on the next side, and it makes a perfect square corner. And then you're going to take the next one, and you're going to go on and on and on. Now, the thing is, if you wanted to make this even bigger for your dining room table, you could do 10, 12, 15. It doesn't matter how many sides that you want to put on it. It's just, you're just going to have to fill the bottom with a larger piece of paper. Hi guys, how are you, Karen? I miss you. Hi, Charlene. So then what I did was, I a piece of paper that I've actually lost inside here. I cut a piece of cardstock 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Now you can put it on the inside if you want to make your floor of your box, or you can cover up the flaps on the back if you're that person that would bother. It's either way, you don't really notice them. So I'm going to be filling these up with chocolates for the ladies. There's going to be 1 flower on the top, and there's going to be a pretty tag hanging with their name. So the way I'm going to do it is, I'm going to put 2 flaps in, fold 1 on top of each other. Eventually we will have our new flower that's going to go on the top with the leaves. But this box is very versatile. So if you wanted, you could crease these, have these all sat out. I kind of call them like a tulip, kind of looks like a flower, and do your Luxe Gold cardstock on the outside. You can do the hearts, you could do a cutout, you could do pattern paper, it doesn't matter which. Or you can fold 2 in. You can take the 2 on the outside together, make 2 holes on either side, and put some ribbon through here and tie it with a pretty little bow. You could also use this as a centerpiece with a electric battery operated candle. You can fill it up with all kinds of goodies. Hi Kathy, hi Donna, hi Deb. So there's lots of things you can do with this. It's so versatile and so pretty. This is just stunning. So the way that I've done this, and I will on these as well, I've glued all of the flowers onto 2 flaps. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but I'm going to be able to fill this up with goodies, and the person's going to be able to get them out instead of sealing it all together. And then you just kind of arrange your flowers. So, hi guys, I'm just checking to see who all is here. I'm glad you guys are taking some time to spend with me today. I miss you guys so much. I can't believe how much I miss everyone. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get teary here. I miss you guys. I genuinely do. I just miss the hugs. I miss the stories. I miss everything. So please, this thing needs to be over soon. All right, deep breath, because I don't want to get emotional here, because this is not what it's about. We're here to be happy. Okay, so we're gonna get on with the flowers. So I've gone ahead and I've already colored a few of them. And I am using the Archival Vivid Chartreuse in the green and the Archival Vibrant Fuchsia for my pink. I really like it. It's nice and hot pink and it stands out. And I think just with all Rajni's Chawla's crystal clear, it just makes it pop. So I'm a big fan of the Archival ink, mostly because they're so vibrant. The colors are so rich and true and kind of neon without being neon. Hi Jackie, hi Suzanne, hi Elizabeth, miss you guys. So I'm gonna do my small one here if I can find it, as I've already done my medium ones. Now in this collection, I shouldn't get ahead of myself, there is a stamp in the small wild rose and the die. Now you also get quite a few sizes, so it's not just one size when I say small, okay? The large, hi Helen, the large one, it is actually 2 different sizes, and the the petals I'm using are the smallest in the large. Does that make sense? So if you can see on the back here, there's 2 sizes. I'm using this one, and I'm using the leaves. Okay, and when I show you the molds and the detail that the molds do, you'll never want to make these by hand again. Like, the molds do all the work. Okay, so having said that, there are also 2 molds with this collection. There is a mold that fits the largest colors and one that, or sizes, and one that fits the small. Okay, now these are quite deep. These have a big impression, if you can see how far down my finger is, okay? Now, normally I would say do 2 or 3 layers. I have, and to be quite honest, it tore a couple of them, and I wasn't happy because I've gone through all the work. So I personally, only me personally, when we have the really deep inset molds, I suggest just doing 1 layer at a time, because you don't want to wreck all your work that you've already done, okay? So I'm going to start with the Vivid Chartreuse, and I'm just going to ink up my mini tool here. And all I'm going to do, move everything out of the way, I'm just going to hold it, and I'm just going to kind of set this in and do a circular motion. I'm not going to go out really, really far, but I want a lot of color, so I'm kind of pushing quite hard and just kind of shimmying it. Okay, and then I'm going to switch over to my Vivid Chartreuse. I'm sorry, to my Vibrant Fuchsia. Now I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to put my palm, my thumb right in the middle, and just bring my fingernail up, and I'm just going to come to my fingernail. Okay, and I want it nice and bright for this particular flower. Sometimes you might want it to be a little lighter, a little softer. Now for these as well, I'm going to do the back just because sometimes it will show depending on where you're putting the flower. For my boxes, I won't do that. I think that they're not going to be seen enough, so I'm not really going to worry about it. And it doesn't have to be full coverage, just enough that you don't see all the white. Okay, now I also have a little trick that I found because I have stamped, cut, molded 300 of these flowers. So I found a little secret with the mold. Was new to me anyway, might not be new to you. Hi Pam, hi Trish. Pam, I miss you. Hi Wendy. All right, so in the molds, I'm gonna do the large first. I always have a problem putting my lid on. Now, yes, there's this little groove that Heartfelt will tell you about, that this is the corner that comes off, so you know those two marry up together. I don't ever do it. I always do it wrong. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I have. I have put my initials, PLS, which is Paper Lane Studio, on my mold at the bottom and on my top cover. So when I'm fiddling and I come back, all I have to do is line those two things up and I know they're going to fit exactly so. Simple, silly, but time saving. Now, the secret I have found. We're going to pretend that this is 12 o'clock and this is 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. One of these petals has a little in it, okay? If you take that divot and you set it at 11 o'clock, it fits perfect inside here. If you don't, you're never going to get the flower exactly in the right petal. So it took me probably 20 times to figure out where the sweet spot is. And it's the same on this side, so 11 o'clock on this one. Okay, now I'm going to water and I'm going to spray just a bit. And if Gary can come in a little close, you're going to see it's not saturated, and I'm not using Heartfelt paper, I'm just using Nina. When I put this on, I'm going to put it on and you're going to hear me push it down and it kind of crunches. And then I put my lid on. Now on my Vagabond, I have my base plate and I have 2 pieces of shim cardstock. I'm going to put my mold and I'm going to put my top cutting plate on, line it up, push it through. Sorry, you're going to hear my machine. You will hear a popping. That is just the lid closing and is perfectly normal. It is not hurting your machine. Okay, now when this comes out, they have not moved from the place I put them. Pop them down. Look at the detail. I've not even touched them yet. I haven't even touched them. It is amazing. So now we're going to do our small one. Now the small one fits in here. And again, I found my sweet spot. Oh, I thought I did. Yes. It is at 5 o'clock. Remember, this is 12, 6, 3, and 9, 5 o'clock. Little bit of water, not a lot. We're going to line up my initials, put it on, push it down. That way I guarantee my petal is in the correct spot. I know a lot of you ladies own the molds and know how to do this, but we do have a lot of beginners and a lot of ladies that have finally switched over to the molds. I can't believe the amount of time that this saves. So we take this out, still in the exact same spot I put it, give it a little pop. Look at the detail. All those grooves are already done. In the leaves are stunning. Look at the detail. It would be so hard to get that with just a regular stylus. These molds are a lifesaver. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stagger my petals. So I want 2 the same size, and when I stagger them, I'm just going to offset them so that they're not like on top of each other. We want them to be off a little bit. I lost my little piece of foam, that's okay. And then we're going to take our small one and we're going to put it on top. Now the small one looks like it's a little more vibrant, and that's because these ones were already colored, and this one I just did this morning with you, okay? I have my handy golf tool, which I love, nice and sharp. I'm going to find the center and I'm going to poke a hole through all of them. That way I know that the hole is in the correct space all the way through. wherever you go on this golf tool, the hole will get bigger. We don't always want a large hole, but we might want one because we're gonna put a lot of stuff in this. So I'm gonna go up maybe halfway so that we have a good size hole. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my threaded heartfelt stamens. These are the rock candy, so they have a fuzzy little candied end. I have a piece of floral wire. I'm just going to wrap it around the center, kind of twist it so it'll hold it in place. Okay, and I'm going to pull these up, and I'm going to put this down inside my hole. Maybe. Okay, and I'm going to pull it down in. Now, a lot of ladies are struggling with these stamens, the threaded stamens. And the reason being is you're trying to shove these in just with the thread, and the thread doesn't want to hold it. And I'm also going to pull it down just a little bit into my hole. So I probably could have made my hole just a little bigger. Now I've gone ahead, as I showed you a few weeks ago, and sugared all of these pretty stamens. So these are the rose hip stamens from Heartfelt Creations in the large, okay, in the pink. And then I've just taken Rajni's Crystal Clear. I have used my Dries Clear glue, saturated this, I rolled it inside, and then I sat them all to dry, as you saw in a picture a couple weeks ago when I was doing these. And so, hi Rose, yes I do have the golf set in the store at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my wired stamen in through the hole and kind of in between the rest of the threaded stamens, and just kind of find that little sweet spot so that they all come around it and kind of make a cluster. Okay, and then I'm going to take my hot glue. I like to do a little bit just at the bottom in here. I don't do every layer. And the other thing I like to do is I like to kind of cup these so that the leaves, the petals will become a shape instead of just flat. And then always secure your bottom so that nothing comes apart, okay? And then this is normally where I would let this sit and dry so I don't burn my fingers, because I used to own a floral business and my fingers, I swear I don't have fingerprints anymore. Okay, so now we can just kind of shape these and let this cool. Now you can also do the sugar with this product, which is the Ranger's Distress Crackle Paint, Clear Rock Candy. I know a lot of you ladies always say to me, how come your flowers are so firm and so stiff and hard? You can do all of this with the Dries Clear, and you guys know I love Dries Clear, but this product just makes it so much harder. Like, look, I can barely bend these. And then they stay up and they're fresh and they always look, you know, fresh and healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this product just with a paintbrush. I'm going to have Rajni's Crystal Clear here. You guys are all familiar with this. Hi, Colleen. Yes, the hot glue gun, it is so fast. It's instant dry. Look, like I can hold it. It's instantly dry now, so I can carry on. So this, if you use it in the correct way, will actually cause a crackle effect. But the way I'm doing it is just with a paintbrush. I'm just going in and I'm going to brush it on quite liberally on every petal. Okay, don't worry about it being gobby. It's going to dry clear. And it makes just everything so firm. And again, don't fret that your petals are out of shape. You're going to fix it. It's all going to be good. Okay, so we just kind of go, I'm going a little faster than I normally would, but just for video here, do it a little quicker. Make sure you get underneath in where your stamens are, because you don't want it to be a bare area. You want to have lots and lots. Don't worry about these. We can pick all these back up and reshape them. It's all going to be good. I think I have every leaf petal done here. I keep calling them leaves for some reason. I'm not sure why. I know that they're petals. Okay. And then I'm going to take Rajni's Crystal Clear. Now, I don't like to just dump all this in. because it's on a wire stamen, I like to turn the stamen so that the ends, the stem is what I'm trying to say, is here. And I like to go a little high and sprinkle instead of dumping, because once you dump it, it's on there. There's no going back. You can always add, but you can't remove. And then we're just going to shake everything off, bring it back, redo some of our petals. I'm going to use my golf tool here just to pick up a couple that got stuck. And we're just going to reshape. And look at that. Absolutely stunning. Okay, and it is literally that easy. For all of you ladies that say, oh, I can't make flowers. Yes, you can. I promise you, you can. These the workout. They also do everything that you don't have to do. And they're absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to give that a second to dry. I'm going to move my mess. Let this dry so I can handle it and clean up a little bit. Hi, Lori. Thank you, Suzanne. Yes, this is one of my new favorite flowers. The other thing that I love about this is very similar to the peony. Now, you could definitely do 10 or 15 layers and totally make this into a peony, and it would look perfectly fine. So if you have this, you don't have the peony, don't worry, you can still make it. You can also go in and pinch the corners like this, right in the center of your petals, and push them in and crease them with your fingernails, okay? I don't really have fingernails right now. I'm so in need of a manicure. Thank you, Karen. So once we do this, if we did a whole bunch of these layered, you can actually make a Rose of Sharon or a carnation. So imagine a whole bunch of layers of these all pinched like this. And then now you've got a totally different flower, almost even a sunflower. Why limit yourself? It's endless. Mother Nature doesn't put limits on anything, so why should we? So what I'm going to do is I have my leaves already done. Okay, now the one thing I did not do is I didn't do the leaves. It's, again, not a big deal if you don't. For my purpose, it's fine. If you feel that you need to do them, don't do the whole leaf. It's just a waste. You're not going to see it. But for today, I'll do both of these. How would I compare to the regular rose? The regular rose has a totally different look. So it's much more structured, such as a, you know, with a bud and with all the leaves curled over. With an actual rose, you're going to fold these in. You're going to glue these down, and next thing you know, I'm going to do it in reverse. I can't. Okay, so we're going to take these, we're going to fold these in, we're going to make a bud, which you could totally do. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here, and we're going to turn this into a regular rose just by putting a little bit of glue. Hold our petals in. Okay, and if we go like this, this looks exactly like a rosebud. Okay, now if this was colored and it was the right size, of course I wasn't planning, so now there you have your rosebud. Okay, now you could take this and you could put it in here, build around it, and you now have a rose. Okay, and with the small ones, you could even make a rosebud. To put inside of here in the center instead of the hard stamen. You could just do a whole bunch of layers of this, really wrap it around, take your next one, fold it in. We're going to glue it down. Actually, let's just do it. We're here. Let's do it. We're going to plunk it in here. Again, gotta love hot glue. Take this. Look at the ruffled edge. You could do a ruffled rose. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on here. I'm going to glue it onto this one. I hope I'm staying in screen. This is kind of a little extra here. Okay, so now if we do this again and again and again, look at that. Oh my gosh, you could even do a ruffled tulip. You could make this look like a tulip. Throw in some of these stamens in the middle. You could just keep going and going and do it on reverse so that your colors come up. It would be beautiful. So that's kind of the same. Hi, Janet. Hi, Brenda. So this is just another way to take a flower that is meant to go like this to become anything you want it to be. I've already pictured a carnation, a tulip, and a rose of Sharon. And a nice small bud. If I had one of the small ones, I think that we could totally make a small little bud. So it's endless. Sorry, I digress. I love making flowers. This is my passion. I love it. And anytime that I can make one thing look like a million things more, I'm gonna do it. All right, so now what I wanna do, I wanna go back and I wanna cut off a lot of my stem. Save these stems. You guys have heard me. You guys all tease me I'm frugal. Well, the reason I am is when I'm doing any kind of a flower that doesn't have a stem, say this one, I might want to poke a hole and use this as my stem to poke it in. So never throw these out, these pieces, the wire pieces that come off of your stamens, okay? Because we can use these for any and everything. The same as your floral wire. This one here, take this, although I've already used it, I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to use it again. Why not? Use it all. Okay? It's all about making things last and enjoying our goodies. So I'm going to fold 2 in. I'm going to lay my one on the top. Now I'm only going to put my flower on one side. I'm not quite happy with that. I would like it a little bit closer. So I'm going to do a lot of glue. Okay, so a lot. I fold this down and I'm mostly going to focus on the one lid. Now normally what I would do is I would put a glue dot on the bottom, but for right now I'm going to put a dab of glue to keep this closed so it doesn't pop up. Just for right now, I would do it properly any other way. Now I like to do my flower first because I'm not sure where I want to put my petals until I get going, okay? For this box, for this size, I personally feel you only need one flower if you're going to use this size. If you were going to use a small one, you could do probably 2 and maybe a rosebud. So then I'm just going to take my hot glue gun, and my lid is coming up a little bit, so we're going to pop her down. My rose is a little heavy, I guess. I'm going to take this, and I like to do either side. Okay, and then we're going to take, we're going to take this one. We're going to put a little bit of glue on here, maybe a little bit on the top. If you're gifting this to somebody, more glue is better. You never want to gift something to somebody and then it falls apart because that's not good. So then just go back because this is a little wet. Normally I would have drying time overnight or a couple hours. You could heat set it as well. I just didn't want the air blowing. So we're going to go back in, make all this pretty, and we have a pretty little box. Okay. Now when you have all of these horrible little pieces of strands that are coming off of your glue gun, we get so frustrated, and what do we do with them? Well, you pick off what you can, use your heat gun, and you blow it, or your blow dryer, and it melts it again, and it then becomes part of whatever it is attached to, and you will never see it again. So these little pieces here, I'm going to use my heat it tool, and it's just going to melt them all away, and you'll never see them again. You could go in if you wanted. You could even add more leaves. I mean, you could just get so carried away with this. It could just be whatever you want. I personally like 2. I'm a 2 because then that's my 3 and I'm good. I'm all about 3s. I'm a 3 girl. I will post this later when it's dry so you can actually see, because right now the leaves are a little limp, but eventually they are going to be as hard as this one. And these are quite hard. And don't worry when you're putting your glitter on, wherever it falls, it falls. Just remember, less is more. You can always add, you cannot remove. Okay? And you always want to have a spot for these boxes too where people can get inside, as I said. Obviously, if you're going to fill it up before you finish, that would be ideal. If not, either way works. This is the Luxe Gold cardstock from Heartfelt. I absolutely love it. it cuts like butter, and I genuinely mean it cuts like butter. You get 12 pieces in here, and it lasts forever. Again, you know me, I've got all my little pieces. I have everything saved. I could just go on and on. All these little hearts that came out of here, I have them all saved in a baggie, and I'm gonna use them in a shaker card. I'm not gonna throw them out, they're absolutely beautiful. So save all your little bits and pieces. It's awesome. Is it still freezing, Kathy? Remember, we are rural, so that could be part of that, and everyone's home. All the kids are online. On my phone, it looks like it's still going well. It could be on your end. Yes, Susan, I agree. You are going to need to get this one. This one's really, really nice. Hi, Trish. Yes, on and off. I just keep refreshing. I apologize for that. All right, so this is how we make this flower. One thing, keep in mind, you are going to be able to view this later on and rewatch it after the live. It usually takes a few minutes. Is there a way to turn up your volume? Never had a problem with any other. No, Helen, it might be on your end to turn your volume up. But you will be able to watch it all after as well, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to show you our Heartfelt Collections virtual catalog. I'm just going to call it that. Okay, so we're going to pan through our Heartfelt collection that's on the wall, and you're going to be able to see all the stuff that we have. And later on, you can go in and you can pause it. Anything that you want, need, have to have, it's that invisible line. Just write it down. You're going to be able to see the numbers. We're going to take our time with this, so please bear with us. I'm just going to get out of the way, and Gary's going to do a quick little pan through our Heartfelt stuff. So I'm not sure if you ladies all know, discontinued the fold-out cards in black and craft. Okay, so it's only going to be in white. There we go. Does that help with the sound at all, ladies? We didn't quite have the volume up all the way. So these are the cards up here. These are our inserts from A to D, and then all the way to F. We have our fold-out cards in 2 sizes right now because these are flying out the door. I cannot keep them stocked. The layered circle cards have been discontinued. I only have a couple left, as well as the shadow boxes have been discontinued. I also have the art foam paper in the 10-pack. And up along the top, we have all of the Insta albums. In the 12 by 12, we have the 8 by 8, and we have the 3D flip fold albums in black, craft, and white. Everyone's saying hi, Gary.
Hello.
We miss you too, Gary.
I miss you guys too, man.
He has been working in the store. He quit on me 3 times yesterday. He said he needs to go back to the army to get a rest. One thing I'm not sure if you know, we always have the molding mat, so if yours ever gets beat up or full of glue and ink and whatever, you can always get a replacement, or if you need a second one. The styluses, I carry these as well. Some ladies like to have a stylus for 2 ends of their shaping kit. So there's always more of these in the store. Can't get this back on. Okay. We also have the daubers. The daubers are in. Pack of 6 in this one. And then Gary's just going to pan through everything, so take notes. I love doing heartfelt. I've done quite a few of the albums. Karen Gerber's class is coming up in June 27th. And we are using one of the heartfelt 8x8 Insta albums for that class. There is room still if anyone's interested. Here we go. So we have a wide collection of heartfelt. I have just about every collection if it hasn't been discontinued. We are a little low on things because I had the sale last week. We have the new circle dies in. We have the new majestic dies in. I only have a couple of those left, but I have more coming. They are so popular. Some collections have been discontinued. You will notice on our wall that there will be some collections of stamp and die that have been tied together. The reason for that is it's been discontinued and I need to know that the stamp and the die are going to go together. So they've been reduced to a bundle price. Some of the cards you see on the bottom shelf here, those are ones we've done for our release parties, which we are hoping to start back up in June. The next release is a cascading wisteria. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that or not, but I've done it, so there it is. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm sorry that we're not having our release party. And then just over here, I have all of our prills. So these prills are little beads that go inside of your flowers. And they come in a wide variety of color. I believe there's 48 different colors. These are absolutely amazing. We have tons of Rajni's Crystal Clear. We have, this is the one I use, so this one just air dries. And then we have this one in the yellow, which is the frosting powder, and it is heat set and it will turn white. Okay. And then just over here, we have all of our different papers. It's a little hard to see every collection, so I'm just going to say we have the Wild Rose, Calla Lily, Classic Sunflower, Oakberry Lane, Candlelit Christmas, Perfect Posies, Old Holy Night, Tea Time, Happy Camper, Raindrops on Roses. Now this was one of 3 that they brought back as one of their most popular. We have the Peacock Paisley, which is the second that they brought back. And Heartfelt Love, Everyday Heroes. Those are for our frontline guys. These are for the police, for our firefighters, for our soldiers. I've personally done an album with this and it's beautiful. Sugar Spun, Buttons and Blooms, Woodsy Wonderland, Perfect Posies, Patchwork Daisy, Classic Petunia, Sea Breeze, Wild Aster, Burst of Spring, Berry Fun Retreat, and Tropical Paradise. This one's Oakberry, which I already mentioned, and Heartfelt I already mentioned. This one is Monkeying Around. We also have the Window Scenes collection. These were released with the circle dies. So each one of these has 6x6 pages, solids on the back. They have 6x6 on here that fit the new cards perfect. Okay, so they're all 6x6 window scenes. And they're all different collections that Heartfelt has released. I also have Candy Cane Cottage and the Deluxe Flower Shaping Paper, which is 100 pounds. This holds lots of water. Excuse me. I personally like my Nina, 80-pound Nina for my flowers. I also have it in the 110. So that's kind of our selection for Heartfelt. If I don't have it, I can get it. If there's something that you see you need, you have to have, I will get it in for you. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention was we are having our tote. So twice a year we have our tote sale for the ladies that own the PLS totes. So starting tomorrow, May 1st and May 2nd on Saturday, you will receive 30% off the whole store. Not just Heartfelt. I'm focusing on Heartfelt now, but it's the whole store. So if you watched our videos, lives from last week and the week before, all the stock that you saw in the store is 30% off. If you do not own a tote, ask yourself why. So I'm sorry, I'm being cheeky. They're $10 to buy a tote. Every time that you come in every single day, anything that you purchase is 10% off. Does not apply to our special orders and products that are already on sale. And they can be purchased. If you place your order tomorrow, you have the bag. I know who does and doesn't. If you don't have a bag and you want to purchase it, you will still get your 30% off. Okay. In the invitation twice a year, we have extra sales, giveaways, promotional items. Sorry, I'm just reading my list here because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. I think that's pretty much it. So watch this Facebook Live back later. Go through everything. Look past the ones that we've done last week. If there's a paper pad or glue, anything in the store, you will receive your discount. Do keep in mind, it has been a little busy and a lot of my Stamperia has been picked over, as well as my Ciao Bella. I have another order coming today and probably 2 in the next couple days. So if I don't have it today, I will have it. So please bear with us as we're doing this. And we're still doing safe, no contact curbside service or shipping. We've been shipping everywhere in Canada. We will arrange timings for you to come and pick up your item. If you need to stay in the vehicle, you just pop your trunk. We will bring it out to you. It's all working. And on a personal note, I don't know how to thank you guys for your support. You guys have been fabulous by keeping my dream alive. And all the support. Shopping local is amazing. Amazing. Please keep supporting us. And that's not just me, Paper Lane Studio. That's our restaurants. Gary and I have committed to twice a week to eating out, just to support local restaurants, anybody that you can, support. Yes, the online stores have all these great big deals and the shipping and everything, but you need us. We need to be here, us brick and mortar stores. That way you get to come in and we get to help you and hands-on. And that's why I opened the business. I wanted to be here so I could help you. I don't know everything, but I know a little about a lot, as Stephanie always says to me. And I think that, I'm always here to help and come up with a second way to do something, help you out. Have you thought of this? You're not going to get that online. And shop local. All of our local scrapbooking stores. Doesn't matter what province you're in. We all need you and we all appreciate you. And we're doing everything we can to keep your supplies going. Our shipping is a little delayed, but not by much. It's maybe a day because they don't have all the people working in the warehouses. But we're trying. We're all really trying. But we're also all very thankful for you. Please stay healthy and happy. I look forward to everyone coming out to Karen Gerber's class in June. As far as I know, we're still good to go, June 27th. I have had to move the crop to October 3rd. Unfortunately, with the Legion closed, I just can't, and other commitments, this is the only date we have. I was planning a second crop for October 3rd anyway, so now it is the day. Next year, we will do 2 crops a year. But this October 3rd is special too because it's Gary's birthday weekend, and don't tell him, but I thought that we would do a surprise party. No gifts or anything silly like that. It's just, I'm going to get him a nice big cake and you guys can all sing him happy birthday and it's going to be awesome. And we will make up for the delay. There's going to be door prizes and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be worth it. And we're going to also, I've just made the decision right now, we are only going to keep the early bird pricing from now on. So if you wanted to come but couldn't come, you can come now. As long as you're available, we are only going to charge you the $45, which was the early bird special for the crop, not the $60. And that is 12 hours of cropping, all the beverages, all your food. The whole store is there, everything. Prizes, you name it, we have it. It's going to be so much fun. So that's what we're doing. So get your list ready. Call me, email me, text me, however we correspond, and let me know what it is that you want in the next couple days. Okay, so please stay healthy. I cannot stress it enough. I love each and every one of you, and I can't wait to get a hug. Okay, guys, take care. Love you.